And drinking and celebrating a little bit. We're here today for two reasons. Number one, to thank an outstanding employee, colleague, and friend for some 24 years of service to the United States Forces here in Berlin. 21 of those were spent here at TCA. Herr Wiesener started off as a guard industrial policeman back in 1967.
All right.
And has progressed throughout the years to where he is today as a C3 Chief of Contracts Placement Branch, working for me. The other reason we're here today is to congratulate him on getting a C1 Deputy Director of Contracts for the United States Army here in Berlin, which he was selected for and will leave for on the 1st of May. I really hate doing these things. I always think maybe I'll get a little better as I do a few more, but it becomes very, very tough. Mr. Wiesener has worked for me for almost 3 years now and has been just absolutely outstanding. And it comes as no surprise to me that he was selected to be the Deputy Director over on the other side of town. All one has to do is look back in his file and see the SSPs, the merit promotions, the merit step increases, and talk to me, because I'll tell you what a great employee he is and has been, and I'm sure he will continue to be. So, without too much further ado, Colonel Radcliffe couldn't be here, but I'll just give you this. This is from the RM community and myself. Okay, since you're going to the other side of town and they drive tanks and don't have many memorials and that sort of thing, maybe this will remind you where you came from. Thank you so much for your efforts.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's a lot of paper, right?
Yeah, I did.
We thought this would be...
All right.
We also have a number of other gifts that came as a kind of a surprise. That's the old table full over here. 2 additional in a card that we'd really like you to have, and this is from the office. Okay. The third one you're looking at here is also from the office. I disavow all knowledge of this one. I'll open that one for you. Please.
Take all the paper along. I'm not going to leave it here for Mr. Sheeman, okay? That's something from our garden, so I have some electricity out there. In the summertime, when I sit out there and have the time to relax, then plug in the light to read a book or cool the beer or whatever. Thanks a lot.
A light in the garden to do the work.
No, I don't work at home.
Not lights in the office. Just inside. Yes, and I'm the article.
This is so you can listen to music and not having to listen to Randy Jones. It's on the other side of town.
I don't think I can use it in the other office, but I think I can use it in the house. When my wife, my daughter, and the 2 other ones bugging me, I just put the thing on top.
Speaking of your dear Frau, we also have some flowers for you. Thank you very much for getting him up in the morning and making sure that he got to work on time. Thank you very much.
So, now I try to unpack this
Ja,
one.
also Herr Gitter mit Vorsicht. Das ist unser Surviving Key, ja?
Okay, ja, machen wir mal auf. Gib mir mal mit.
Mega, ja, zur Seite sogar.
They must know the army is short of supplies.
Now we all want to do service stores, aren't we?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah, they do.
that was some of my speech that I sometimes gave up in the office when I said, go ahead and do what you want because you're doing anyway what you want. This is what they gave me, and then they gave me some additional stuff that because they know the army is short, you have to turn in your small pencil if you want to get a new one, so.
And that's,
Aber noch nicht mitnehmen.
and that's, excuse me, that's a real good lead
Die
in.
Verpackung müssen Sie gucken. Herr Wiesener, da haben wir uns so eine die Füße doch mal.
Oh!
Haben wir uns so eine Mühe gegeben.
Oh, this is, oh. Right, thanks a lot.
There's a few other folks on there that have yesterday today. You want to come up? This is Dave Conrad, the Deputy Chief of Supply, who have a small presentation for everybody.
Mr. Wiesener, he's been not only one of my favorite co-workers, but a good buddy in supply, and I really hate to see you go. You know, here in supply, you know, we've been up and down, that computer, been fighting that computer, and the people we work with the closest are you guys, the contact. And, you know, after fighting all these years, as of about 3 or 4 months ago, we finally got together, primarily with Mr. Wiesener's help. We have improved communication, great interfacing, so we can go out and order the supplies, and most of the customers I've talked to said, hey, you guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing all along, we're getting our stuff on time, and I have to give you credit for it. Because if it wasn't for our continuous communication and working together and stuff, we wouldn't have been able to do all these interfacing and contracting, and you're the guys that order 90% of our stuff. So just a little certificate of appreciation here. I'd like to read in recognition of your leadership, management techniques, patience, and technical expertise in improving customer support. Base Supply works closer with you guys than any other organization on base. Because of your efforts, tremendous improvements have been made in communication and computer interfacing between Base Supply and contracting. As a result, improved customer support has been realized. So this is on behalf of Major Spencer and myself and Base Supply personnel.
Thank you, sir.
Little token. Got one other item though, and I see you've got some supplies here, and that's good. We know the Army also sometimes is a little short, okay? So to get you started off real good there, your new jobs, you don't have to bug them or anything like that. Base supplies come through again, okay? So just a little thing.
Oh, great.
Paper and
Pencils, papers, and all the paper I need.
Bear in mind, y'all out there.
You're welcome.
We're gonna have to I know we've got some others, and
Well,
I
we got
know,
all these, they're all taken care of. Well, let me say one thing. First of all, thank you from all of you, from me to all of you. And especially, naturally, I'd like to thank the people that worked with me for all these years that without their support, the supervisor's nothing. I don't think I have to say that twice because I see a lot of other supervisors in here. And if you don't have the working people and you don't have the people that really care for their job, you out there by yourself, you lost. There's nothing you can do. Secondly, I like to thank all the peoples from civil engineering, from Base Supply, from the SPs, and wherever they may are, because I think this location at TCA, when you really look at it, it's too small that individuals can work by themselves. We have to work as a group, and if we do not do so, we will not survive. I think the help that each of the organizations, despite minor problems that are there, and they will be there all the time, I think the work attitude and the relationship between the individual groups are great on this space. Whenever I hear from some other people that are working with some other organizations or people that we had visiting TCA, they all the time said they're really amazed how close we all work together and how we get the job accomplished over here. I'm leaving with a little mixed emotions. I have to say, I hate to leave here because 24 years is just not some time, it's a long time, and when you jump into the cold water, I don't know what's going to happen to me on the other side of the Army, but I know one thing for sure, I have survived 24 years with the Air Force. I may survive another 4 or 5 years with the Army. So, maybe, I don't know. We all don't know. We all don't know, see? And I think under the conditions that we all working on this base now, it is very hard for an individual to jump over his own shadow to go on and try to do the job as they used to do it in the past, because nobody knows what happened to the individuals on this base. We have no knowledge of whoever is going to be the new host. We have no knowledge of whatever is going to happen to this base. And I have to say, from the side of the Air Force, I think they have, in the last couple of months, done and tried to do more for the employees than the Berlin Senate and the Comba or the ITFA or anybody else. And once again, I'd like to thank everybody, and I'm telling you, I'll keep in touch with you, and that's not only a thing, because I'm just across town, I'm not out of the world, and Berlin is open now, and thanks a lot.